Oh, there it is. We are live.
All
Yay,
right.
yay, yay. Happy to be back on the book. We're also live on YouTube for those. Okay, there we go. Now you
Okay.
should see it.
All right.
Okay, I'll start inviting some people.
Okay.
So we thank you for joining us today for another Shifting Mindset show. We're going to start inviting some folk and getting them in. And if you're watching a replay, I ask that you hit hashtag replay, and you can just fast forward probably about 7 minutes, 5, 7 minutes. Then we start really getting to the juicy stuff.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So here we go, tagging the names. Facebook's got to really work this out so it's the notifications won't take forever to hit people's accounts and stuff.
Right.
Hmm. But we are innovative people. We don't wait.
That's right. We might as well just get on with it. I mean, we know what it is. We know exactly what it is.
We know what to do.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. I see what they. Now see. Now they asking me to check out something. Well, yeah. Add it to the profile, you morons. I tried to do
Yeah.
this the other day, and it didn't seem to do right.
Oh my goodness.
All right. Okay. So now let me go to my thing and see if it showed up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's there. Okay, there it is.
It's on your page.
Yeah,
Okay.
now I can share it, right?
Now you can share it. Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna share it to all my pages.
All
Cause I
right.
got, cause I got a few of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, y'all can't keep up with me. Y'all can't. Y'all need,
Okay.
y'all need to stop.
If you're coming in, please do me a favor and tag some names and share for me. Let's get some people on here. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, there we go. Got my little list here. I was like, where'd my list go? It's over here.
Now, what's our theme tonight? So when I share this, I can make myself.
You can't share and talk.
All
it's
right, thank you,
it's
Jesus. Thank you, Lord.
hallelujah. The the title tonight is Why is Drama Promoted? Good evening, Nicole. Hey, Mom. Y'all tag some people for me. I know
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not, I'm
yeah.
not, I'm
Okay,
gonna stop messing with Bishop.
okay,
I shouldn't
okay,
do that.
okay.
Uh,
Now, how do I make sure this thing goes to my timeline, or did it automatically go to my
I
timeline?
already did. I already tagged you. Tagged
Yeah,
it.
but
So
once you tagged me and I said yes, okay, it went to
yeah,
my timeline.
correct.
All right,
Mhm. Yep.
okay,
Hmm.
okay.
It's on your page
Oh well, then
now.
we're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
All right.
Well, thank the Lord.
You're rolling now.
All right, all right.
Yeah, you have to. You don't want anybody just to be able to post on your timeline. That's why you got to say yes.
Yeah, I don't know how that got set up that way, but it works for me.
It's a good thing. Somebody put it in place So we appreciate them. Thank you. Whoever set that up for you, we thank them. It was necessary. Did I get all right? Oh, yes, it is, Nicole. Powerful topic. Woo. Why is the drama promoted?
Yeah,
Mm,
why is
mm,
it
mm.
promoted?
My. Okay.
Wait a
And
minute.
hmm,
Nicole, you mean to tell me I haven't responded to a friend request from you? Oh, that's not cool. Well, let me just respond. Yeah, I'm confirming that, of course. Nicole, you should have called. I, Dr. Jackson, she'll let you know. I'm pretty bad with texting and stuff like that. I'll never know what's going on. You gotta do something. I know they. Do you know somebody called me through the messenger? I didn't know you could do that for the longest.
you can.
Child, I said, well, that's all right.
That is. Then you don't have to give out your phone number.
So that's why I'm saying, Nicole, you should have called because I know it could have been done.
She like, I'm
Nicole,
calling you
oh,
now.
she called. Nicole, you see I'm on this show. What are you doing? Why why are you gonna be like that? See, Nicole like drama. She's starting something right now.
Nicole. Oh my goodness.
All right. Let me stop cutting up. I can't help myself.
It's
That's
okay.
that's just so me.
It's okay.
That's so me.
It's all right. Whew, sometimes we get to what how they say, stiff neck.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
That's for real.
yeah.
So I tell you
Mm-hmm.
why do we promote drama? It's pretty incredible. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm so glad. First, I want to say thank you for
Let,
letting you know,
let,
for
let, me,
letting me.
let, me, let me
For,
go on my intro
oh,
first.
give me your
Mhm.
intro. Give me your
Let me
intro.
do my intro.
I'm about to say
Okay,
thanks for
okay.
letting me come back.
Let me get my intro in.
Hey, my
Good evening,
goodness.
everybody. Did I tell them 7 minutes? I told them 7 minutes, right? I'm
I
gonna
think you said something
fast
about that.
forward, right?
You said
Hitting the
something.
replay hashtag. Ah, I am drLaShonne. I'm the founder of Embrace the Change. At Embrace the Change, we uplift, encourage, and empower you to embrace your change. Thank you for joining Shifting Mindset Live Show. We appreciate your participation and commenting. And we thank you so much for being attentive and a part of this conversation. I have with me today, Woo Wee. He is not a stranger to this stage. Bishop, the incomparable.
Oh Lord.
I know, see, I'm
Here we
starting the drama. I
here
know.
we go. Here we go.
Bishop Spires, in his own right, we thank you, sir, for coming back. We having a mindful conversation and talking about drama and why is it promoted. And I know when I kind of wrote this up, and some people probably were thinking, well, drama promoted. They probably didn't know which way we were gonna go with it, or
Mhm.
is it even they talking about drama? Are you serious? And there's so many ways we can go with that. But before we get in, let's give the people a hello, please.
Hello everybody. I am so glad that Dr. LaShawn let me back on the show. Um, it's a good thing to be here. I'm excited about the topic tonight because so much drama uh, abounds, and it's actually overwhelming
Mm-hmm.
if you're not careful.
Mm-hmm.
It can be overwhelming, and I think in terms of the church and those of us who are at least trying to profess a walk with Christ, it's daunting if we don't put this stuff in its proper perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I've never seen so many depressed, disenfranchised, discouraged um, people in the time that I've been alive and in church. I've never seen it like this. And when we boil it right down to it, it's drama. I mean, real or conjured, authentic or orchestrated, it's drama. And it's we need to get a handle on it and get some perspective on what it is, how it operates, what we're gonna do about it, and
Mm-hmm.
how to stop it. Put it in
Yes.
its proper perspective.
That right
I'm
there.
I'm sorry. I done shot down the road already. Now, full
You gave me the
disclosure.
outline. That's okay.
Okay, full disclosure. I might say something that's not very popular. Last time I was on here, y'all blew up my phone, inbox, and all kind of stuff. Hey, those of you that know Spires knows it is what it is. And I was kind of surprised drLaShonne let me come back on, but I I ain't trying to hurt her creds. So I was like, okay, you might want to space me out because bless you, dear. Thank you for having me back.
I appreciate you coming back. So I'm gonna stir the pot a little bit, and I just we were talking about this topic, or trying to settle in on the topic rather,
Hmm. Hmm.
and I began to look at the topics that we went through, that this show has promoted this year, and the different topics, and they saw so some are holding on to obsolete things or people,
Hmm.
operating from a broken place,
Hmm.
hungry for love. And I can go on and on. I have a long list here. So I'm not going to start, reading out the whole list. Um but in some of these instances, church bullies,
Hmm.
church hurt, self-sabotage, different ones, some of these have that place where um people, it's like, how much of this is really a significant issue? How much of this is I need attention?
Wow.
How much of this
Wow.
is um I just need somebody to always be um it's more than attention. It's that other thing, like somebody always checking on me, always there, always
Hmm.
that. Go
Yeah,
ahead,
yeah,
Bishop.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
Ooh,
interesting. Um, it seems like folks. And I listened to your topics, and what I love what you just said is how much of this is real or just attention seeking. Folks look for validation.
yeah.
They they look for attention.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they look for almost more than almost worship. They want to be the absolute center. And sometimes when you hear um, some of the things that are happening, you are almost barred from asking the real questions that people wouldn't want to answer, right?
Oh,
There's some things that you'd want to ask.
yeah.
Okay, so like for example,
Mm-hmm.
if I hear one more person say church hurt, that church hurt, really, it's the same thing that happened to you in your sorority, your fraternity, while you're in the military, at your job, in your family. But when it happens in the church, now it's severe. It's done. It's all over. And I always wonder.
Hmm.
This is just me.
Uh-huh.
Same person got all these hurts. How is this possible that it's not their problem?
Oh,
I,
mm.
it, it's I mean the sky falling on you. The the boyfriend cheats only on you. The job fire you. I mean, Job can't keep up with you.
Oh,
And the first thing you're gonna say is church hurt. Stop playing. I'm
I
asking.
hear you.
Well, I should ask. Let me ask it properly.
Okay, okay.
What is the common denominator in all of these situations?
Mm-hmm.
I know the answer.
Uh-huh.
The answer is the person.
Right.
I mean, how's it every other week? Every other week, we got something else that happened with you. Seriously? Stop.
Stop.
Stop. And I know that sounds insensitive. I get it. But if you are the center of 20 incidents of drama within the last month, we're gonna have to we got we gotta look at something else. We, we gotta look at something else. We have
Well, we
it's only
do.
fair.
Now, I've spoken several times on church hurt,
Okay.
and um, in this small group I have, and I would put up different topics and would speak to them, and church hurt came up several times.
Doc, break down church hurt to me. Break it down to me, please.
And so
Why you I
church hurt would
because
come.
I get confused. I'm confused at what church hurt is now. I thought I used to understand it. Now I'm confused. Tell me what church hurt is.
Well, people get hurt at church. That's the simple. But to really get into it, people would talk about how they were at church or a part of this ministry, and while they're there, they would get hurt. So, whether it's their feelings, whether a situation has happened, different things.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's more than the conversation that, one of the conversations I had one time, it was three of us on here, and we were talking about a young brother that was abused in the church.
Right.
Okay, now I call that church hurt.
Okay. Yeah. That's legit.
But I'm
That's a church hurt.
Now that's a church hurt versus you sitting in my seat on the third row on the second, but you know what I really feel like it boils down to is, let us woo, when are we going to take and set the standards, set the rules, and this is it, this is what we do here in this house.
Mm, wow. So
And
so
let's just this is what we do here. I understand, How were things at where you came from? Okay,
Hmm.
but this is how we do things over here, and that's the reason we do new members, not
So,
because you're new
so,
to
you're
Christ.
asking for order and maturity in the church. Is that where you actually want that to happen?
See, we won't go there tonight.
Well, you just laid out order
I did.
and maturity,
I did.
and with that some accountability.
Yeah, you got to be accountable.
You want that to happen in the church.
It's all things are possible.
If that belief. I I get it. I get it.
All things are possible, but how do we get from here to there?
I think this is a start because we have to. I think we start by really assessing what is um, what needs to be put on the table
Hmm.
um, in order for us to mitigate some of this dramatic. Look, I like drama more than anybody. I watch TV every now and then, and I'm gonna watch a rom com because there's enough drama in there without killing,
Hmm.
and I'm gonna laugh. So I mean that's good stuff,
Hmm.
but it's dramatic.
Hmm.
I like the intensity of a situation because I mean if we get down to what drama is, it's a situation that evokes and pulls at the heartstrings and the emotion.
Yes.
So I like drama, but it's got to be orderly. It's got to be controlled. There's a parameter of how much drama. I mean, all of our lives are dramatic.
Yeah.
God's pretty dramatic himself.
Well.
Don't call me. God is pretty dramatic himself. Put your phone down. Don't call me. We know he's dramatic. In some cases, he's very ill-tempered.
See.
That guy is dramatic, but it's in order.
It's in order.
When his drama pops off, there's a reason that the
There's
drama.
there's a reason. And also, things aren't swept under the rug. And I believe that is where we call it church hurt,
Okay,
because we're sweeping it under the rug instead
okay,
of dealing with it.
okay, okay. So when we pretend that it didn't happen, this is where the hurt part comes in.
Yes.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Thanks for breaking it down for me. Because my understanding, if you don't get consecrated a bishop when you want to be, that's a church hurt. If if you don't,
Some
uh,
people classify that.
that's a church hurt.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not allowed to be the armor bearer, and for the record, y'all know I've never had one because I carry my own Bible.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but that's a church hurt because I won't let you carry my Bible.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, come on, really
Ah.
seriously, carry your own Bible.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if somehow you've been there for 5 years and somebody new comes in and they get a position, that's a church hurt.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I've been hearing
Yes.
because you've been faithful for 5 years,
Mm-hmm.
but the person that just been there for 6 months, they're now up preaching and you still aren't preaching. Well, that becomes a church hurt,
Right.
and I just don't classify that as a church hurt. It and it doesn't have to be drama.
No.
So my question is then, what stops us from promoting this type of drama as okay? What is it?
Mm.
Right? So you touched on it already. You said
Mm-hmm.
we got to have some rules,
We gotta have some rules.
and if we all are having our mindset sets shifted into order,
Yes.
shifting mindsets. Just thought
Mm-hmm.
I throw out order being the operative rule and principle,
Mm-hmm.
then I think we can start getting a handle on what is and what is not drama.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you're riding on the highway and you know the speed limit,
Mm-hmm.
when you're doing 55, it's kind of boring because if that's the speed limit, it's like, okay, well, this is what's supposed to be going on,
Mm-hmm.
and you just have to enjoy seeing the foliage and all the other listening to the music, and and life is okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's when you go up to 80 that the
Mm-hmm.
drama starts. Yeah, I know you can relate to this, Dr. Sean, because you're an 80-mile-an-hour driver. You are.
Who said I
It's the
was 80?
it's it's so okay,
You haven't
75.
been in
75.
the car with me driving
70
80
70.
miles an hour.
Look, we've had places that we had to meet, and what should have taken you 30 took you 20. And if you just do a little bit of algebra, I got you at about 75, 80 miles an hour.
Oh, he pulled it out. He
I'm
did the
just
math.
I'm just using some math.
He did.
Young people, learn. You see how algebra works? This is how algebra works. So, but if you use that formula, I mean, you're 80 mile an hour. I rounded up 75. Rounds up to 80. The 5, you round it up to 80. So my point is this: the drama of having to look around, the emotion of having to look around and be careful, doesn't happen till you move outside the rules.
Mm-hmm.
If you have that much drama in your life, you got to check your rules.
Ah.
You got to check the rules of the organization you're in, the
Mm-hmm.
church you attend. You got to check the rules of the job. You got to check the rules of your household.
Mm-hmm.
What? You don't have rules in your house?
Mm-hmm.
Where they do that?
Where they do that at?
what what are we saying?
Oh, that was good.
Right? So those rules, the first thing that can get us out of promoting this drama. I think we promote this drama without even thinking about it.
It
I,
comes so natural.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think we just
People,
promote it without even thinking about it.
well, because drama is what is celebrated. When I look on Facebook, there's this preacher guy. He's not really a preacher, but he
Uh-huh.
puts preacher. And he gets on there and he just makes fun of being a preacher.
Hmm.
And one day I was scrolling and I was like, who is this? And what caught my attention was the viewership. It was like thousands of people. And I was like, really? And so I tapped in. I said, let me just hear what's going on. And I said, wow, okay. I mean, it wasn't amusing to me. I kept going. But people were
Right.
like, what? Oh my goodness,
Right.
Pastor.
Yeah.
That wasn't funny to me. But people like that because it was some kind of drama, you
Hmm.
know. And you let something pop off at the grocery store, at the checkout, or
Yeah.
somebody about to fight, right?
Yeah. Everybody
What's the
checking into
first
that.
thing what's the first thing they do?
Yeah, they got the camera out.
Get their phone. They get their
And
phone
and
up. They get their
and
phone.
and and check this out though. This is for saved and unsaved folk alike, right? So, you know, at some point there's got to be a difference. Okay, so we got rules,
Mm-hmm.
but then there has to be a difference between how folks who know Christ behave and how those who don't know him behave.
Right.
I know we all want to laugh, but I can't really be laughing at the same thing that some folks are laughing at, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
I know, I come from a fighting family,
Mm.
right? But
Mm-hmm.
my view of violence should be different from somebody that doesn't know Christ.
Yes.
But we don't have any rules about that anymore. We don't have
Mm.
any rules about that.
Mm-hmm.
So should we be surprised that when we come over to the assemblies, I'll call them assemblies of worship,
Yes.
should we be surprised that there are no rules to stop the drama that happens in the churches?
Ah.
Should we be surprised? I think not. I mean, it's no wonder. And so I'm telling you, you hit it off the break. You it's about some rules and some structure.
Mm-hmm. But there's rules for there's there's doctrine, there's the bylaws, there's rules for all this other stuff. But when it comes time to the drama, there's no rules.
Well, that's because there's a different set of rules for different people in the assembly. That's where that comes in. No, no, no. I'm
Um,
talking about rules that everybody
I'm
turn on the
I'm
lights.
just
We're gonna see everybody. We got to see the light. Everybody got to have on the lights. Everybody.
I'm
Don't
I'm
no
just
dark corner over there. No, turn on the lights.
I'm just saying we got to get to the place to where I mean, I'm just saying as a whole,
Hmm.
a lot of churches have all of these other rules in place, but there's no. You said we need order. I'm in agreement. We
Yeah.
need some type of order that's around, and we're calling it drama, but that's around this. Otherwise, it's swept under the carpet. There's this silence unknown, and everybody else over here knows about it.
Hmm.
Nobody's saying nothing about it. It's accepted as okay, but the one or two people that's hurt by it or messed up, oh,
Right. So
unnecessary.
we got the drama that the youth talk about all the time, and they talk more about church hurt than anybody.
Yes.
They talk more about church, and I don't even know how long they've been in church. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that they're dealing with church, but they talk about church hurt more than anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Um, then we have the older saints who talk about they've been passed over. They're I call
Yeah.
them the Passover saints.
Pass out. Mm-hmm.
they they've been around and they didn't get nothing, and
Mm-hmm.
and they seem to be, they have the drama that the young people done just pass them by.
Mm-hmm.
And so you got so many segments of this these dramatic experiences, and then of course you have a group of folks who have dealt with sexual assault in church,
Yes.
and that's another. It's dramatic, and unfortunately, and this is where I know they're not going to like what I'm going to say, but I'm going to say it. Unfortunately, even that gets manipulated.
Yeah, it does.
And I'm saying we don't need to manipulate that. That
Mm-mm.
is what it is, and
Mm-hmm.
we we need to deal with it accordingly.
And deal with it accordingly. Because the church is a business. If
Oh,
you were if
oh,
you were
oh.
in at work and that same violation happened at work, there would be a whole set of there would be a whole list that you would be like, oh, you were sexually violated. Okay. Matter of fact, we gotta watch videos every year.
To make sure this don't happen.
Make sure it don't happen. And then, okay, this is what we do.
Yeah, yeah, but see right there though, since we'll pull into this parking spot for a second. Right there, That's when the church ain't a business. That's when we all gonna get spiritual,
Oh,
right there. Because
but the church
usually,
is a business.
because well, usually,
You got an EIN number.
yeah, you.
I'm just
Well,
saying.
that's because we have to have one to have a bank account. That's what they'll tell you. So you think I don't? You think I haven't heard this before?
I know.
but that's when all of a sudden we want to get deep, and now you my sister in Christ,
Mm,
and we have to do this from a spiritual point, because usually it's somebody that is in a favorable position, and we can't be messing that up. So we
but
just don't deal with it.
didn't.
Okay, so let me give you an example. Let me give you an example. I'm what, 12, 13, and a gentleman tried to have his way with me in
Mm-hmm.
church.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my story's not like most people's.
Mm-hmm.
Most people's is it happened and it has messed with them forever.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't experienced healing. Mine ended a little differently. I folded up a steel chair and beat him almost to death in church.
Mm-hmm.
Mine went to straight violence.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I can say, fortunately, I had a pastor that still held him accountable, because it
See,
was there was no way for me to hide it with the ambulance coming.
no.
There was no way to hide what happened. I
Right.
mean, a guy's busted up, bruised up, leg messed up. You got to call the ambulance.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then my pastor dealt with it as a matter of church order.
Yes.
So I never felt hurt
Mm-hmm.
because it was dealt with. I dealt with it and he dealt with it.
Mm-hmm.
It was dealt with. Most folks don't have that story.
No. Mm-mm. Nope.
That when they did say something to the pastor,
Mm-hmm.
a response occurred,
Mm-hmm.
other than, well, we're just gonna pray about it. Ah, people, let's get people on the carpet. Let's get this thing settled, rather than
Mm-hmm.
me running around with a personal drama the rest of my life,
Right.
unable to deal with it. Now, there's a certain responsibility that even the victim has to get themselves healed,
Yes.
and that's all, to get themselves healed.
Mm-hmm.
That's all their responsibility is. Get healed, because all of us are going to go through things through over which we have to heal.
Yes.
But in terms of the organism of the church, pastors, don't call me. I'm gonna say it. That's your job. That's
Mm-hmm.
your job
Mm-hmm.
to fix that.
Mm-hmm.
That's just your job.
Like what Nicole says here, she said because people are sexually harassed or abused in church, it causes some people to leave church. Um, and I've seen and heard of that as well.
Oh yeah.
Not even just that, that location.
No, just leave. Never
They'll
mind.
just leave church altogether.
Well, and I don't judge them, because I say this: every football team looks the same.
Mm-hmm.
Every basketball team looks the same.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to it's challenging. You're asking a lot of a person to see churches differently. You're asking a lot of them
Mm-hmm.
to see church A, church B, and church C differently. Same
Mm-hmm.
structure. There's a pastor, there's a trustee board, there's the praise team, all. So the key is to have order
Yes.
that is set and sound moral codes that are set up.
Yes.
That we do this and we don't do that.
Exactly.
And we don't do that and we do this and we don't. And if any of this is broken, then that guy up there or that woman up there that is the pastor, we gonna talk to each other. We're gonna do it just like, here's a unique thought. We're gonna do it like the Bible said.
I was getting ready to say before you start telling your story, I was like, isn't there an example in the Bible about how to handle
We
this?
actually,
Okay.
oh my God,
Yeah.
we actually gonna use the Bible?
Yeah, there's a
You
whole
mean to tell me yeah, it deals with it.
there
But
it
we've
is.
gotten so far away for various and sundry reasons. Money, one of them. The love of money is the root of all evil. Um, but we want everybody to get along, and yet we all not getting along.
We not.
Now, isn't that
Mm-mm.
crazy?
Huh.
We stopped using the Bible so we could all get along, and now we still don't get along.
See.
That makes no sense.
Zero.
We've
And let
got the
me
rule book.
hmm
We
and
got it.
you've touched on, my outline. I loved your outline in the beginning. And one point I have here is we got to get to the root, which
Yes.
you've been saying it.
Yeah.
We got to get to the root.
Yeah.
What is the root of it? Because if one person is gonna, as you were saying, right? You know how some people have a job and then they go to another job and then they get fired, or they go to another job. It's always a problem. It's always
Hmm.
a problem each time.
Yeah.
At some point, there has to be a self evaluation.
Yeah.
And once you evaluate yourself, you like, okay, what's going on with me
Hmm.
that I need to change, or, do something different?
Hmm.
We got to get to the root of this stuff.
But so, Dr. Sean, you are bringing up something that I believe should be taught and preached from the pulpit, right?
Hmm.
Folks don't hear what you just said until they're in counseling. I'm talking
Ah.
clinical counseling,
Hmm.
as if that piece of clinical counseling isn't in your Bible. Let a man examine himself, see whether or not he be in the faith. But
Yeah.
I mean, let's okay, think about it. We in church every Sunday and sometimes too much during the week.
Hmm.
But we just church. In 2021,
Hmm.
go down on your Facebook, because there's everybody preaching on Facebook and
Hmm.
YouTube, right? Young, old, they all preach. How often in 2021, I'm just gonna give you a small window, have you heard examine yourself?
Mm.
Crickets.
I hear crickets. I hear crickets.
No personal responsibility whatsoever. None.
Hmm.
It is a bastion, a haven for drama. That if I'm walking mindlessly, I never have to consider what I'm doing.
Mm.
I never have to consider how anybody else feels. I'm just doing my thing. I don't have to think about it. Oh, there's going to be some drama. And I mean bad drama. There's going to be, it's got to happen.
Hmm.
Because I'm not thinking about anything I'm doing. I'm not even thinking about how I'm going to feel after I do it,
When it's all over.
when it's all over. I'm not. If I'm not told if I'm not taught, like you just said, to
Hmm.
continually, let me look at me.
Hmm.
I'd have gone through 8 jobs in 6 months. Wait, hold it.
Something right. It's something ain't right.
Let me look at me. If
Mm-hmm.
I'm not told that I've got to examine myself until after I'm almost in the poorhouse and somebody gets me to a psychiatrist and the psychiatrist says, um, okay, well let's unpack this and let's
Mm-hmm.
see what that's their word. Let's
I
unpack
know.
this.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me I've been sitting in church and nobody ever told me to unpack this?
Well,
Nobody
well,
ever
well, well.
nobody ever told me sitting right in the house of God. Now I know some people get mad. Some people get mad if you say you gotta look at you, but I got too much Bible to tell me to do it.
Yeah.
And that should be non-threatening. I should be able to say to you
Mm-hmm.
as a parishioner, hey, look,
Mm-hmm.
check yourself out.
Mm-hmm.
If for no other reason, you want to be ready when Jesus comes. but, but we don't talk about him coming either. So, I,
Mm-mm.
but but check yourself out
Mm-hmm.
and see where you stand. See what's making
Yes.
you tick.
Mm-hmm.
See why you're doing what you're doing. See
Right.
what you can do differently.
Yes. And getting to that root, it will um, eliminate the drama
It eliminates the drama.
because now you've pulled the plug on it. Now you've
Eh,
extracted it.
Yep, yep.
It's like, whoo, okay.
Because it should be no threat. It should be. I had to examine myself. Okay, so confession time.
Mm,
Uh, I had a bad temper.
mm-hmm,
Some would still say you got to watch his temper now.
mm,
But I had a very, 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 very bad temper. I couldn't get along with anybody.
mm.
Eventually, I had to realize there was one person that was not getting along with anybody. That would have been me,
Mm,
right?
mhm,
But I had to examine myself and say, okay, well, okay, you're ill-tempered.
mhm.
Somebody say, how you doing? Why you want to know? What kind of answer is that?
Right.
What are you doing?
Yeah. You're in fight mode.
I was just ready to fight at
Yeah.
all times. That's ill-tempered. And honestly, I could track down from whence that came. But as a born again believer, it doesn't matter.
Mm-mm.
I just need to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that leads me to my next drama. The drama of the why I am the way I am.
Oh.
This is the one. Okay, this is why you're gonna have to wait 6 months before you invite me back to your show. Let them forget about me. The drama of why I am the way I am.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a badge. We put it on.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever we act out, we point to that. I'm
Ah.
point to it.
How many times have I? Or it'll be somebody in the family. Well, you know
Yeah.
that's how so and so.
So and we put
You know
that
that's
badge
how
right on.
Junebug is.
We put that badge right on. Put that badge on, man.
Ooh.
And and sometimes it's a real occurrence. It's a legitimate badge, but a woman that was I'm being careful because she may be watching and she'd know exactly who I was talking to. But somebody that walked to the beat of her own drum told me this when
Mm-hmm.
I was young.
Mm-hmm.
People do what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they may use their little badge of why they are what they are and the way they
Mm-hmm.
are.
Mm-hmm.
But when it gets down to it, they're doing what they want to do without regards for consequence.
Mm.
They usually aren't even thinking about that badge. They
Mm-mm.
don't think about that badge until you call them on it.
Call them
Well,
on it.
because
Call them on it. Oh
hey,
well,
my
you
my sister
remember.
my sister LaShonne used to tell me that I wasn't too bright. So I'm done with you. You You didn't put a badge on. That, that's my excuse right there. I can do whatever. I can act
Put
out
the
because
badge on.
I
Yeah,
got my
that's what they
badge. Y'all
do.
see that? That's I've been through some things. Well, you know, line up. Who
But it's
hasn't?
not qualifying,
It
right?
it doesn't
It's,
qualify.
it's not
Work with
qualifying.
that. Work with that, Doc. Work with that.
It's
It do-
not. It's not qualifying. What came to my mind when you were talking is there are times when you go to your refrigerator
yeah.
and there's a stench,
Uh-huh.
but you can't find it.
Right, right.
You got all this food in there and you eating leftovers and there's fresh food, and you're
Yeah.
like, what is it?
Yeah.
But you still go, you keep going, but it's the stench is not going away. And you bring in new food,
Right.
take old food out. You know what I'm saying? The
Right.
leftovers are done, and you put new food in. The
Right.
stench is still there. Uh-huh. But the stench doesn't go away until you say, you know what?
Here it goes.
I done had enough of this stench.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting ready to find this right now.
Yes. Yes.
And that's when the trash can comes over by the
Over
refrigerator
by the fridge and everything coming out.
and everything between the counter and the can and the trash can
Yeah.
and the hot bucket with some Clorox,
Now
everything.
you're sitting there with disinfect.
We're gonna find it.
Are we getting this out of here?
And then we found it.
Yeah.
It's this little
Ain't nothing big.
teeny tiny, up in the cut, way
Yeah.
in the back.
Little tiny thing.
There it is, the whole
It's
time.
it's interesting. It's something small.
Okay.
In the
And
grand scheme of everything, it's
okay.
something small.
So the drama that may be happening around you, some that may have happened in your life. I'm not saying, it's not quantified, but I tell you this, you dig until you find it,
Mm-hmm.
you get it, and I'm not getting
Get
ready to throw that, but you I've been known to throw some stuff here,
yeah.
but you get rid of it.
You gotta get rid of it. You deal with it.
And that's what we were talking about earlier. You got to get to the root of it.
Mm-hmm.
That means, okay, I'm gonna take the time. It has to get on your nerve enough
Yeah.
to say, "Oh, I'm tired of this."
Mm-hmm.
How do they say? Until you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, and
Yes.
then you do
Yes.
something
Yes.
different.
Then you do something different.
But I don't want us to have 3 or 4 of those sick and tireds rammed together before we decide to make change happen for us.
Right. Right. My God.
Just the
That's serious
stench
stuff.
alone ought to be
Yeah.
enough. Like,
Or to stop
woo!
you.
Oh my goodness.
It just ought to stop you.
Yes.
Incredible. That's cool. I like that. I'm gonna use that.
I
That
said, I
yeah.
said, oh, he can ready
Yeah.
preach
Yeah. I
that.
can preach that. That's
I said,
yeah.
he can ready preach
Yeah.
this,
That's
y'all.
workable. I can do something with that.
I felt it. I said, he can ready preach this.
I can do
You
something with
get a
that.
sermon every time you get on here.
Yeah. So I mean, I
I'm
should.
gonna start charging you.
Well, I ain't asked for no offering.
I'm gonna start charging you. Till you leave me.
Okay, so you charge me, and I'll give you my honorarium.
Yes.
It should break even.
Mhm. Oh, that's funny.
Help us, Lord.
Oh, we gotta get to the root, people.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nicole, for typing that in for me. I really appreciate that. Uh, and I think Kimberly had put in about church hurt.
Hmm.
Thank you so much. Um, but we definitely, And not that necessarily the conversation was specific to church hurt, but that getting to the root and the drama
Yeah.
and extract it, get healed,
Get healed.
then you can
Amen.
move forward.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank the Lord.
What you
That's
got to
all
say?
right, kid. I feel pretty good about this. It just
Okay.
makes sense. I'm going to challenge anybody that's listening.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to challenge myself because I'm going to do it when this is over, just to see how tired you really are of drama. Just go down your Facebook feed. If you got what are the other one? Yeah, your Instagram feed. Just go down whatever feed you got to one of your social medias
Mm-hmm.
and see how much drama you actually see on there. From folk you know.
Huh. See.
And realize this doesn't have to be like this.
Don't have to be.
Just go look at it and you'll crack up. A lot of it is just fabricated. People
Mm-hmm.
just make up drama.
Mm-hmm.
Just before I came on, I was looking at some stuff and just started laughing. I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding me. I skip over so many videos of people, talking in the video, and you're looking at the nose hairs really because they ain't got sense enough to bring it up to eye level. But that's another
That's another
that's
conversation.
another show. You gonna have to do that show. Tell people the proper way to look at yourself, or don't be looking and
Yeah,
all
don't hold it
or they're looking down,
down.
or they're like this. Here. But anyway, I just skip because most of it is just drama.
Mm-hmm.
And it's dumb stuff. Or the ones there's some that actually know how to use the camera and they're arguing with and fussing and performing for people who actually are just listening to this drama
Mm-hmm.
and don't realize that they are caught in a cycle that they need to settle their drama,
Mm-hmm.
get to the root of it, pull the plug on it, and live life and that more abundantly.
Abundantly. Yes.
The thief comes to steal, kill, and destroy. That's what that drama's doing.
Mm-hmm.
But Jesus came that we might have life
Yes, yes,
and that
yes.
more abundantly. It's a wonderful thing.
Yes, it is.
When God gets dramatic, it's to make sure that we end up in the right place.
Yes.
Because he gets dramatic. He gets
Mm-hmm.
dramatic. Yes,
It's
he
to bring
does.
order.
But he brings order into our lives through if your drama brings no order, you got the wrong kind of drama going on.
Huh. See,
That's all I'm saying.
I
I'ma
know
stop.
that's right.
I'ma stop right there. I'ma stop right. Ezekiel got right dramatic. Okay, I'm not gonna stop. That was a preacher story.
You get three closes,
I
right?
get through. That was only my second closing. And and wait a minute, I'm a bit. And bishops get five. So
Oh, the bishops.
bishops get
Oh,
five.
oh
Bishops get
my.
five closings.
Be a new
But
rule.
yeah, I just made it up.
I see.
But Ezekiel shows us drama. Agabus shows us drama in the Word of God. Ezekiel lays on his side in the street naked, and he doesn't get up. It's plain drama, but he does it for a reason. When the people get around him, he starts preaching. Read your book, it's right in the book.
Mm-hmm.
Agabus over in Acts ties himself up
Mm-hmm.
with a girdle. Folks, look at what is wrong with Agabus.
Right.
Then he prophesies.
Huh.
If your drama doesn't move forth ministry,
Come
it's
on.
all out of whack. It's all out of whack.
It's all out of whack.
Your drama ought to set order in the body of Christ.
Yes.
If it doesn't, it is just that drama. And we're sick of it, aren't you?
Yeah.
I'm tired of it.
Ought to be tired. Good gracious. Woo.
It's too much work.
Mm.
I'm done. Was that my fifth closing, or do I get another one? That was
Oh,
my
no,
fourth.
no, that's it. Yep. Amen. Hallelujah. Da, 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 da. That's what it's all playing on. Da, 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 da. Yeah. Somebody saw it in the keyboard.
All right, you're on the A chord. I got it.
Woo.
Thanks again, Doctor LaShonne, for having me. I really appreciate it. This has been good, and I'm hopeful that folks will really be able to take it in.
Yes.
It's painful because we're addicted to drama.
Mm-hmm.
We are. I know we are.
Mm-hmm.
It sells newspapers. It sells. I think it sells membership. Some people join churches for it. It sells.
Drama's popular. It sells.
It sells,
It
but
does.
it doesn't get us.
Get your million views.
Yeah, but it doesn't get us anywhere spiritually at all. It stagnates us.
Mm-hmm.
It really does. And so hopefully people will be moved to live a real life rather than one of drama. I'm
Yeah.
done. I'm finished. That was my fifth closing. I snuck it in.
I see.
Told you, bishops get five closings.
Nicole, I need you to call him right now, please. Let's say 1-800 Bishop.
If Nicole calls me, I'm gonna get you.
I already know
I
I'm in trouble.
I will owe you if Nicole calls me.
I'm already in trouble. She said, I'm calling right now. Oh my goodness, this was
Too
so
much.
good. Thank you, Bishop, for joining me
More than
again.
welcome. Thank you again.
Great topic. Let's not promote the drama. I think you summed it up well. Let's move to a place to where we can walk in healing. Let's get to the root, as I gave that
Hallelujah.
example
Thank you,
about the
Jesus.
stench, and find it and move on. Most
Amen.
likely, it's that stench that's driving you, and to remain at a place of drama
Mm,
and not this other stuff, right?
amen.
Ooh-wee. All right. I am Dr. LaShonne. Thank you for joining Shifting Mindset live show. Our next show, we will be in the month of December. We want to wish everyone a happy and blessed Thanksgiving. Enjoy your time with your family and friends, and be safe out there. And we will see you in December. All right. God bless.